Right, here's what leads on all angles this hour. Despite the ongoing power cuts, City Power is embarking on a 3-day drive to recover millions owed by businesses. City Power will be cutting off power and removing illegal connections in Alexandra. Let's go live now to Heidi Giokos, who is with them. Heidi, just give us an update on what's going on there. Have you witnessed anybody's power being cut?
Yes, Maseko, we currently are in Alex at a very busy engine garage, and City Power officials have, of course, been trying to establish how much this engine garage owes. It is one of the businesses that's been red flagged as a non-paying business. We do know that it's about 363 million rand that Alex and surrounding areas owe City Power. They're on a mission to cut off businesses and even homes and smaller businesses that owe City Power in an attempt to try and recover all the money that's owed to them. But I want us to get more perspective on their plan. We are joined by the spokesperson of City Power, Isaac Mangena. Thank you so much for your time, Isaac. Very busy day here. You had one particular engine garage. It's the first business where you're at. Why is City Power embarking on this cutting off of businesses that owe you? Why have you decided to do this?
So basically, thanks for having us, and good morning to the viewers at home. So basically, we are, as the city, going under difficult financial times, as you know, and City Power also, due to load shedding, we are losing a lot of money. We are losing a lot of revenue because of the infrastructure that is affected by load shedding. Mini substations, we are losing mini substations at a very high rate. Every day they blow up. We are losing cables. They are getting stolen every day. So we need to replace all of that. So for us to be able to do that, we need to start collecting revenue, and that's why we are basically embarking on this aggressive revenue collection program, which will basically ensure that we go out after the 4 billion rands that is owed to City Power by the residents of the city of Johannesburg. So Alexandra is one of the many depots that will be basically going around to ensure that we deal with this. In Alexandra, for the next 3 days of this operation, we'll be going about 36 million rand that is owed to City Power, and most of this is basically sitting with the businesses, and that's why we're here at the engine garage, and we'll be going to other business addresses where we'll basically be able to recover some of this money that is owed.
How much does this engine garage owe you?
So basically what we found here is that it looks like there is an illegal connection. So they are not even appearing in our books, but as you can see, the operations are still going. It's a very busy corner here where they're basically selling petrol to customers. So based on our estimation and their traditional consumption patterns, we're basically looking at about 1 million rands that is owed by this garage alone.
I want us to speak about the fact that you said to me earlier on that only 4% of Alex pays City Power for the electricity that they use. But many would argue that because of load shedding, people don't actually have electricity, and they're not consuming it, and they shouldn't be paying for it because half the time we're sitting in darkness. Your view as City Power about this? Maybe residents say to you, but we don't even have electricity because of the load shedding.
Yeah, obviously when load shedding, when lights go off, even ourselves as City Power, we don't make money. So as City Power, we also suffer from this load shedding. We pay Eskom 19 billion rands, about 19 billion rands annually for electricity that half the time we don't have. So we also having the same problems that our customers are having. However,
customers to pay.
Yes, for the consumption, for whatever that they are consuming.
But they didn't consume. So now they didn't consume because it's stage 6 load shedding. So we didn't consume electricity for 8 hours.
Yeah, but if you don't have electricity for 4 hours, you won't pay for those 4 hours. But really? if you have electricity for the next 6 hours, then you'll pay for it. But look, I think when it comes to the 4% of Alexandrians that are paying for electricity and the rest of them not paying for electricity, it's a historical problem, a culture of non-payment, which is not only in Alexandra but across the city of Johannesburg. We still have, and it also have political roots. So what we need to do is basically to go back to the residents, which is part of the advocacy and teaching programs that we want to basically go into the township to basically start making people understand that we don't have bottomless budgets. So whenever there is a mini substation that blew up, whenever there's a cable that has been stolen, we need to replace it as City Power. So we don't have money to do that. So we also need to do maintenance, and we don't have money to do that. We also have to reinvest in electrification of some of the informal settlements that are also around this township. So if we don't have that money, we're not going to be able to do it. And unfortunately, the residents will need to start paying.
Okay, just last question: are there any government departments that you will be cutting off today?
Yes, there are. We do have schools that are owing us. We do have clinics that are owing us. We do have even law enforcement institutions, their offices that are owing us. So,
but Isaac, how do you cut off a clinic? How do you cut off a clinic? They're saving lives.
Unfortunately, they make money as well. So we also need to basically understand that if they don't pay, then we also are suffering as City Power. And you will come back and say, why don't I have electricity? But there are people that are actually not paying. So when we cut people, especially essential service like a clinic, it would have basically taken a while of negotiation with them. We would have sent them pre-termination notices, about 3 of them, before we basically go after to say, can you please start paying for the service that you are consuming.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. That's Isaac Mangena from City Power. I just want us to give you these visuals quickly. Maseko, this is the owner, or the manager rather, of the engine garage, and he is engaging with City Power officials. As you heard what Isaac said, it seems as though that there is an illegal connection that's possibly happening here, and this garage could be owing City Power about R1 million. Officials are currently on the phone with, I think, higher management from Engine to try and establish what's going on here. When we asked this manager how much on an average do they pay electricity a month, he was unable to answer me, as he says that's not in his scope as a manager of the Engine garage, and rather that comes from head office, so he's unable to give us an estimate. But they are in the process of trying to figure out perhaps a meter number or previous bills, so they can establish how much has been paid and if at all it has been paid. I also heard officials saying that if they do not meet with Engine management today, they will be cutting off this garage, which is quite a busy one. My colleague Tebogo is currently showing you. It's a very busy Engine garage. It's on the corner of one of the main roads in Alex. So it will, of course, be detrimental to their business. But at the end of the day, as you heard Isaac indicating, they have to find a way to manage what's owed to them and recoup all that money. They are in the process of thinking they're going to be able to recover about R36 million just in the Alex area and from businesses. Once they get cut off, they'll get some kind of payment.